Yo, what's up, B-Man? How's it going? Good. Yeah, I just requested a payout with Apex yesterday. Only $3,000, but you know, it's something. I'm gonna get those 6 accounts rolling again for another payout here soon. But until they approve me, I'm not gonna trade them. So I've got 12 accounts total right now. So I'm gonna trade those other 6 today. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. Yesterday's rally was pretty impressive. It was started off kind of tough. I started off shorting. I took a good short. It was up like 127 per account. Somewhere in here. I think right here I actually took it, if I remember right. On ESN and Q, and then I got a little cocky thinking we were for sure going lower, and I took some more shorts and then stopped out, got negative, and then I had to switch gears to go long, which that's a tough one to do, especially with the type of market we had yesterday. But I did it, switched gears, went long. It was such a grind up. But I kept, I'd win, take little wins, get stopped out, take little wins, get stopped out, and then finally I held some for a little bit bigger size for my original target, which was like 55.97 or so. Just that was super conservative, but got it done. Was able to make those Apex requests. So yeah. Today, that's a huge bullish candle to these markets. Kind of looking, I feel like we're gonna get some two-way for sure. Gonna go back and fill in some of this in here maybe. I don't know. It feels like, two-way. We're April 1st, tomorrow's the deadline for the tariff stuff. This could be tricky. So I think the theme today is take your quick hits and run. Yesterday I definitely was trying to hold on to those trades for way too long. There were several trades that I was up good and just trying to stay real patient and hope that it keeps going. And they'd come back on me and I'd just take like a small win or something like that. It was choppy. So today, I probably say this every day, but I'm like, today I'm gonna be selective, but that's, I think, gotta be. I gotta remind myself every day that I gotta be selective and take good trades. Yeah, thanks for that reminder. Yeah, that's jolts in 22 minutes. You're right. How's the volume on everything, if you don't mind me asking? I just like made some more adjustments last night, and just trying to make sure everything sounds all right. All right, great, thanks. Haha, he's thinking. Slept terrible last night, so I'm just like still like bleary-eyed trying to figure everything out. I feel like I'm missing some things, so I'm just trying to get straightened out here. I feel like people on the East Coast or anywhere else that don't wake up or don't have the market open early for them, I feel like that's such an advantage. Or at least if you aren't particularly a morning person like myself, it's like such an advantage to be able to get up, do things, do stuff, you know, get mentally prepared before the market opens. I don't love that it opens kind of early here. All right, that's definitely support area. That was marked from yesterday. That is a low volume area, kind of a breakout area. And it was, let's see, that's Friday's point of control too. So that would have been some previous, I don't know, interest area, support, resistance. You can see overnight we've kind of bounced multiple times right around there. We just found support again. Those are some nice little bullish candles, but not quite turning over yet. And then we have, as you reminded me, econ data here coming up. Jolts and manufacturing PMI. but I like the look in general. It kind of, if you look at this, let's see, if you look at like this move down, this up, come down here, test lower, bounce higher, same in NASDAQ. That's reminiscent of the daily chart. Look at that daily chart. Down, bounce, spike here. This is what we want to see, what I want to see on the daily chart eventually. Because just bullish markets are just in general easier to me. Here's the ES daily chart. See the resemblance. The other part of that is stochastics both looking the same, like they're still turning down, but my eye has this, it just has a look to me that it wants to turn over. See this little scoop, this little curl here, got a higher low in stochastics, much more significantly so than what price made. Just the look I like. That look pretty good. Yeah, dude, that's good, man. Yeah, that's a hard mindset to develop. I think if you can do that, man, you can crush for sure. I feel like for me, it's like inspiration is definitely temporary. And like I definitely get that boost every time I read like a new book or something like that inspires me. That was definitely one of them. I feel like I need to try to read it again, or like pick out I feel like maybe a good exercise for me is to like go back and read it again and like just make some notes to like summarize it, have something to look over. I don't know, but yeah, if you can embrace the best loser wins mentality, man, there's nothing can stop you in the market for sure. that's perfect. You're prepared. That right there is already a great mindset to have. I mean, seems like you're prepared to work when you're reading the book. Yeah, I can't read on like a Kindle or an iPad or anything. Yeah, I like physical books. I don't know why. I think it's just I don't want to look at a screen when I'm reading a book. I just like having it in my hands. I don't know. No real reason besides that. Yeah, it's good, man. The Market Wizards books. I have like two of them. I don't think I've ever read any of them like cover to cover. I feel like I just always like go through them and like just pick the people that kind of sound like a similar style to myself or whatever. The latest one, or the last one that I read was the Unknown Market Wizards. I really liked that one. Did you read that one? Yeah, I can't remember the title of the other one that I have, but it's one of the older ones. Yeah, but that one's the new one, Unknown Market Wizards, pretty good. Just interesting to see, like, it's like just random guys that are like, you know, like me and you just at their house, just trading and just happen to just like crush it for years or decades. Just figured it out on their own, or, you know, kind of like that. So that's like, you know, obviously resonates a lot more to me than you know, a hedge fund guy. Although, well, yeah, see, I don't think you know this about me, but I did actually trade for a hedge fund for a few years, like 3.5 years. Like, that was at this point 7 years ago when I left for my own. Yeah, I did that out of school, which that was an experience. Yeah, like it was basically the guy that was like the CEO and the main PM. It was basically all just like trading for him. I mean, I was on the desk, like technically my role was like an execution role. And I was trading for him. But it was interesting to see. His methods were very old school. I mean, basically the gist of it was he held and traded big names, like mega cap names, big cap names. They had to have the fundamentals, essentially. And he would every day essentially trade around a core position. He's like just in and out, in and out. I don't know how much edge was really gained by trading in and out of those names. It kind of probably was a lot of like just boredom and just like wanting to be doing something. But we traded some pretty significant volume. I mean, he's been doing it for like, when I was there, he was already doing it for like 20 years. So extremely successful, like insane rich money. We're talking like he was a Ferrari and car collector. Like he had like all kinds of Ferraris. He had Bugattis. You know, he had the what was the first? The Veyron. He had a Veyron. I think he sold the Veyron. He got the Chiron. Yeah, it was insane money. But he was also one of the most miserable SOBs I've ever met. Just terrible. You know, no one actually liked him. I'm trying to limit what I actually say here. I don't want to, be too whatever, but money to a point certainly doesn't buy happiness. Yeah, money definitely, like, in my opinion, money does buy happiness to a point. There's a point where having money makes you definitely a lot happier than not having money. But he was well beyond that point. He didn't have to do anything for the rest of his life, nor his children, nor his grandchildren. Nobody in his life, or in his future, would have to do anything for a very, very, very long time, if ever. The amount of money he has. Okay, so we did pull back. Glad I didn't get FOMO and jump in there because it was looking a little juicy there. We got about 1 minute to this econ data. So we'll see what happens here. This point of control, yesterday's point of control in ES is definitely a nice target. Manufacturing PMI much higher, 69.4 versus 65 estimated. Jolts slightly lower, looks like. essentially, I don't know. Yeah, I don't think it's enough of a factor. Okay, but it did definitely reverse the look to me. This on NASDAQ, I mean, that looks toppy. Still within, we're still in right in here within value, which just means chop. That's the thing that I have to work on. That's another key thing for me to work on. Don't trade bullshit. For like in value, don't trade that. That's just gonna be chop. Both of these looking down though now. I don't know. I think here. NASDAQ's point of control is way down here, 19,220. Yeah, I just lose too much money just trading nothing all the time. Like and then it's a drain on your on your mind. It's a drain on your real capital. You can just like wait for the juicy fat pitches. Pitches with a P, not a B. But if you're into that. All right, I'm gonna give myself a pat on the back for not jumping in there, because look at this. It looked bearish there for a second, like 1 minute ago. Now, who knows? Now, I mean, if this candle on the 5 minute closes up here, I'd say it looks bullish. So essentially, I have no clue. Need more time. All right, I'm only curious to see what happens at highs from this morning, early from US Open and around yesterday's levels. Yeah, this is definitely, these are key levels because I mean, it was such a big run yesterday. Apparently 19,355 is a level worth watching if it holds and breaks. 355. I mean, I would agree with that. Let's see. See what that was yesterday. 9,355. Well, that was Friday's low, right around there, which makes sense. But I wouldn't be surprised at all if we come in lower, because we're above yesterday's value technically in NASDAQ. Value's lower than the overnight low at this point. Here's yesterday's value area high, yesterday's point of control. I mean, after such a big run like yesterday, and after the fact that we were down so much on Friday and then Sunday night, it wouldn't be that much of a surprise for us to come in and test lower again, just to validate the bounce yesterday. It seems, it's like, I think I've said before, like it's like turning a ship, it's like a big ship. And the faster it's going one way, the least likely it's going to be able to just turn on a dime and go the other way. It happens sometimes, but I feel like more often than not, people have to be kind of convinced. Okay, this ES is, I think I'm gonna take a short here. I think I'm late, but take it. Just one micro, and I'll put a stop above that. All right, and the NQ I'm gonna get in here. All right, I'm gonna stop above this 34 minute 1950 on ES. And I'll pull up those other charts as soon as I get all this ready. I gotta find a better flow here for my starts and stops. Still trying to figure all that out. Wasn't a great entry on NQ, but deal with it. All right, I gotta focus here. Yapping a little bit too much. Yeah, I think we can definitely target at the very least for NQ. Good entry for you, man. Good entry for you on NQ. Yeah, we can target yesterday's. I mean, this is an area. This is low volume. But yesterday's value area high, I think that's the first obvious target. If we can break, this previous low here. But ES is already doing that. ES, I'm looking for closer to the figure. I think we can go, close to 5,600. Seems reasonable. Okay, can definitely move my stop tighter here. Not gonna give it much more than that. Let's come back in and then we might be more likely to whip around. So not gonna get whipped around. So we'll target, yeah, I'm still targeting this. Maybe I'll go right at 19,300. So nothing crazy. Said I was gonna try to keep it tight today, so I'm gonna do that. So I'll be happy to pull the trigger here soon. All right, I'm out there. I don't know what my price was, but I'm out. Nice, good trade, man. And I might hold on to the, I don't know if I want to hold on to the yes or not either. Seems like all right, I'll just take the yes. Okay, good trades, good trades. Yeah, that was a good one, man. You got in there, nice price. That was at 70 points, solid. Hell yeah, can't complain about that. 70 points pays bills, man. Pays a lot of bills. I got, what, maybe, I don't even remember where I was at, like 30 or so. 34 to like, I don't know, probably like 5. So maybe, I got maybe 30 points. I'm happy with 30 points. 30 points is great too. And then I think I was at 19 or so in ES. I probably hit probably got out of like 11 or 12, so 7 points or so. Looking at it, it doesn't look like it's done yet, but it never looks done when it is done. And I did say this morning that I was going to take the quick hits. I do think we get two-way market. So take what we can get and run. A better trader would still be in this and be trailing stop. Tom Hogard would still be in this and be trailing stop. But I'm not him. That's fine. See, I'm up like $93 per account right now. That's fine. I'm looking, if I knew I could make, or if I knew that I was going to make $200 a day per account every day, I would be perfectly happy, because that you will do phenomenal if you can do that, especially leveraging up with prop firms. It's not hard to do that money if you did that for an entire year. Take it easy, take your base hits every day. That's phenomenal money. All right, so there, look, we got that, we got yesterday's value area high. We trade prop firms. We can't actually do like Tom. Maybe if we had big personal accounts. Yeah, we can trade like Tom, dude. I'm telling, like, you can do it. Okay, let's imagine we were trading like Tom, like right now. You can do it on like a smaller scale. Like, although I don't think his scale is that much different than ours as far as time frames. I think, doesn't he look at like the 10-minute or something? So it's like not that different. You can let me pull this back up. Like, you could do it on the 1 minute, you could do it on the 5 minute. Like, we've had plenty of days around here. I think it was like a few days ago that we had that big down day when I got in like perfect price, and it just kept going lower and lower. I could have trailed my stop just keep it super simple and keep my stop just above the previous bar's high repeatedly and just trail down. yeah, you're not going to get the final price. And so your trailing stop is going to be, you know, let's say my trail right now, let's say just I was, you know, I'm insane and we got in like, let's say, got in like this bar. Close of this bar, 36, okay? And we're psychos like Tom. Held it. So we're seeing the break. So you move it down here to 41, then you move it down here to 34, and then you move it down here to 21. So our stop right now is 21. Let's just pretend that. So 21, and let's see, we're at the low is 5, so that's 15 points. If it comes back, that's 15 points hit on our trail. But this is the point of why you gotta another reason to trade small. 15 points on that trail. It came all the way back. That'd be $75 miss, which means $75 less on a live trail. So what, dude? If it's not like, you know, that's nothing. Like if you, yeah, to me, that's not a reason to not implement that. I think you can do it. We don't have to take profits at targets every time. I think if you did that repeatedly, and if you did it like on, you know, somewhere around this time frame, like 5 minute, you know, I mean, I guess, what was that? Okay. What? That was weird. I don't know if that was my internet or what, but it seems like something just stop for a second. Okay. Anyway, so I don't know what you heard or not, but you can trail down and just, if you keep your size, you couldn't do that. Yeah, you couldn't do that if you went like max size for sure. But like, keep it small, keep it real small. And that's also how you get massive wins. If you do that, like, you know, like Tom says, he gets these massive wins, and it's because sometimes those are just going to work out like crazy. And I've seen enough instances where if you just were super simple and kept moving your stop just above the 5 minute, you could stay in a trade for like entire days. Trend days, they happen like at least, I think the stat is like at least like 2 times a month or something. It's like average. If you just catch those, if you like are diligent and, you know, grind all, you know, and that's all you do, there's plenty of trades out there where we're just going to crush. Yeah, 1 or 2 micros, man, you can, I'm telling you, you make plenty. Yeah, look, okay, so that's to that same point of what I was saying. We would still, let's see, either one of these. Well, you trade the NQ, so let's look at the NQ example. You got in, let's say you said 70, like 370 or 380, somewhere around there. Okay, let's say you got in right at this break of this bar, 70. Your initial stop, let's say it's right here, 430. I'd say that's a good spot to stop if that's where you're in. Now your stop's here. Now your stop's here. 6. You know, you got it locked in. At the very least, you're not going to lose money. So now you're still waiting. You're still waiting for this bar to close. It's about to close in like 30 seconds. At which point you can lock this in. Nasdaq's a little harder because it is so whippy, and it is, you know. 1 micro is like, I'd say like 2 to 2.5 times the size of 1 micro of ES, but you can still do it. I still see plenty of times where that works. Okay, so now your stop's here. You know, is it what you want exactly? No, where you're like, you see in price here, and you're like, oh, do I want to give up 30 points, 20, 30 points? No, that would suck. That's what you know, but that's the whole point of that book too. Like he's like reverse that mentality. Everyone's like, no, I want price where it is now. I don't want to give up anything. If it got here, if it came back and hit my stop, I'd be pissed off. He's reversed that mentality and said, you know what? Yeah, maybe I would be, but I'm hopeful that it keeps going, and I'm going to be pissed at myself if I don't keep holding it. If I don't keep holding it, then I'm a pussy, and yeah. Which, yeah, his mentality is phenomenal. And so look, here you go, see? And we're going lower. Now you're lower. And so if you took, so let's say, if he took that, if he was like, all right, I'm just gonna get out, and he took it, he's like, because I don't want to risk these 30 points, and then it goes lower, like, you feel like shit there that way too, so you never know what Price is gonna do. I liked his thing too, that he said, like, how he doesn't use targets, and how I think he said something like targets he thinks are just like, it's like your mind's way of like, I don't know, like we look for all the risks in the world, and like reasons to be fearful, and like targets are like like, it's like, if you're in a trade and you get to a target, this is a reason to get out, because there's going to be resistance there. But you really don't ever know. You never know whether a target is going to be effective or not. It's still a probability. And as I'm saying this, yeah, obviously it's going to reverse. So, but yeah, let's see. Yeah, I'm playing with the idea of not putting target price. Yeah, I mean, I think like at least like experiment with it. That's what I'm kind of toying with, the idea, and trying to figure out a better process for myself to do that. Where like I just put in a stop, and just like, if you don't put in the target price or a target initially, it does open the door to the mentality. And I think that's the first probably step to make, is if, when you put on your trade, like if you got brackets, like maybe just put on a bracket that's just a stop or something. And so that you're just like, at the very least, you're opening your mind up to the possibility. Like maybe now I'll, maybe today, maybe this trade, I'll hold on to it. There's a guy on Twitter that I follow that he's the only, I'm confident he's legit. I've followed him for such a long time. And just like read all his stuff. He was a former pit trader. His name, like on Twitter, his name's Bernie Man. He doesn't have price targets, and he basically only exits if, like, based on like, price action. I hate that buzzword because it's stupid. People abuse it. But he just, I watch him, like he's got spots where, like, if price is doing this, once it gets here, then I do something, then I exit or whatever. But he also, if price just keeps going, he just holds it, and he just, like, I've seen him just catch massive monster runs. He does it all the time, because that's like, he's just assuming. I'm like I said, I'm confident that he's not full of shit, but yeah, and assuming that he's not, he's a monster trader for sure. Okay, so yeah, like what you're saying, fuck, this looks like a solid climb now. I agree, just looking at it like from just this one candle's perspective. But here's the thing, this is not enough evidence. I mean, to me, the one candle is not enough evidence. It's early. I agree. There's plenty of times where I think that same thing, and I do get in. But just for the lesson here, I feel like this it's not enough. Like for me, like, see how these stochastics is still down. I've seen too many times where I thought that, and I get out on this one candle. I get out on the one candle, and think, oh yeah, reversal time, baby. And then we end up it being a down trend day down. Like I feel like these past couple weeks have been like that, and it just tricks the shit out of you, and just like that was the high, and then it just turns around, goes lower. So many times it just like sucks people in, sucks the longs in, and then just reverses on them repeatedly. It just happens too much. And the thing is too, remember, like, I'm guessing you're probably like me, where like you might be right. You could definitely be right that this looks like it could be the turn. But do you think it's likely that it just from here goes straight up? Or do you think it's more likely after we've had a downturn that maybe it pops here, but then we get a pullback and, pull back, chop, whatever, before it actually really turns? And if it does that, do you want to be in it the whole time and take that heat, hold it this whole time, think maybe I could get, you could get stopped out? Do you want to be in it that whole time in hopes that it does actually go? Or do you want to maybe wait, let people realize, like think about it, let the bulls come in and let them what am I trying to say here? It takes a little time sometimes for like turning the ship around, like I was saying. You need some more people to come to the idea. You don't have to be the first one. You don't have to be the first one in. Just don't be the last. If you're the first one in, you're probably going to take heat. So like this, I agree. It looks like it could turn and go, but even if it does, to me, it's still most likely that it takes a second. We're gonna have to pull back here, make a higher low, kind of mess around here before it actually goes. Like the first people to Mars. Yeah, you don't want to be those people. Let them get a habitat built and, figure out what the hell they're doing. Don't be those people. You're gonna be eating potatoes for 30 years, like The Martian. We don't want to eat potatoes. We want steak. Steak and lobster. Lobster, yeah, all right. right, definitely. Yeah, I don't know. It's getting the look, but I can imagine both sides here. I can see us popping here. I can definitely see it, but I can also see us reversing. Both of these markets are at resistance here. You know, we can see we're kind of putting in those wicks to the upside wicks. So this is to get long, I feel like we would have to spend a lot more time here pressing higher before we move up to the downside. I could see it. I think we'll have to continue to show that this area is resistance, which this moment looks that way, which is validates my point earlier about the long not being quite ready. All right, yeah. So look at this. So look at the market now. Now, what do you think about it? Tell me that. I mean, this looks like it's resistance, which right where you would expect it. So it's, I feel like it's hard to pick an edge here because I think the market it needs some more time still to figure out which way it wants to go. It can definitely, 355. Yeah, exactly. That's Friday's low. It could go either way here, I think. Yes, if you bought here, it could go higher, but you could also sell it here and it could go lower. So it's like, I don't see this spot as edge either way. It needs more time to shape up. More time to figure out what it wants to do. At least for me. I don't want to, I'm also a huge believer that there's like a million ways to make money in these markets. There's plenty of strategies that work for other people that just don't work for me, and vice versa. So I don't want to discourage you if there is something that you see here that works for you. But I'm just talking my own viewpoint, my own strategy. Yeah, exactly. I mean, look, like this volume right here. I mean, we're in it. We're in the value area. This is chop zone. We're on the edge of it here for ES. This was a previously marked area support. It definitely provided support. We're in it right here. Is that a good spot to get along for me? For me, it's not really. I feel like it just doesn't. It might work for somebody, but for me, if I'm being smart and I'm thinking about this and like I'm trying to be really selective, this is not good edge to get long for me. Not right here, not right now. Maybe right here later, but not right here right now. For me to get interested, I need to see like some like pullback, kind of just like consolidation here, like really establish that some value here, maybe, but you still have a lot of overhead. So it's like it'd be like maybe a scalp. I don't know how much I would trust it to really hold on for like a true reversal, even if we did consolidate around here. So to me, I don't see a trade yet. There you go. I'm gonna, so whatever I say, if I say something like, oh, I don't see a trade here, or oh, it's not gonna do it here, just do it. Just do it. Get in there, and it'll probably pop in like immediately. But yeah, even though it is popping like this, I still stand by what I was saying, because that, how do you know that's gonna happen? And just looking for the shape and looking for your edge, like, or for my edge at least, I didn't see it. But once again, there's a million ways to trade this market. If you see something that works for you, by all means. I mean, you said it looked juicy earlier. You would have been right. You really wouldn't have taken that much heat, and I would have been completely wrong. And you'd just be like, eating your steak and lobster right now. So. That pop looked headline driven to me, honestly. I don't know. I'm gonna have to like search around here. It might be, let's see, the Mexican president is talking right now. Might be related to that. Or she's talking about cooperating more. She said something like, there are more lists of names of alleged drug traffickers for extradition to the US. Mexico is willing to cooperate. So maybe Mexico is willing to cooperate is the headline, really. Yeah, okay, she is talking. Yeah, low-cost cars can be made in Mexico instead of China. Mexico hopes for USMCA tariff exemption to remain. So, talking, she's being soft right now. Let's see, Canada's Mark Carney, I think, is talking right now, or maybe they're waiting for him to talk. So it's gonna be a headline-filled day. Gonna have to be nimble. We've got other people talking too here. Gonna be a lot today. All right. So, what do I want to see here? Momentum certainly turned higher. We're above VWAP on both of these. I don't know. I don't know what I want. The degen in me wants to be in for sure. I want to be in here. Targeting point of control on ES. I also know that we're right at session highs. The degen wants in, but degen might make money right now, but degen might not. I'm gonna wait for a pullback. If it gets to point of control without me in it, I'm gonna say, oh well, it wasn't my setup, and not worry about it. That's what I'm gonna strive to do. Really, I'm gonna be passing. Hey, B-Man, is the music too loud when I'm not talking? The whole point of the music is just to have it so it's, people don't think there's no audio and can know that I'm not talking. I just don't want the music to be, all right. I don't want to be like annoying. Okay, here's a little pullback. Found some resistance there. Do I... Thinking about it. I feel like it's... I need the right moment, but I'm definitely stalking here. All right, I'm doing it, man, here. Top is below 30 for NQ. Kind of tight. might just be a scout. And stopped. Oh, what a son of a bitch here. Alright, I'm gonna have to get back in again and rethink this stop. Just gonna hold off. All right, I'm gonna go get some coffee. I'll be back. Well, that was a son of a bitch stop out. Look at that. It literally tagged me in both of those and then turned around. That's annoying. All right, man, this market wants it higher. I just, I don't know how to get in right here. Definitely feels like overnight highs are inevitable. 511 on NQ. 63.50 on ES. Yeah, I'd love to be in it, but I'm trying to not act like an idiot here. Yeah, exactly. I don't know. Yeah, it could. Baseline, it feels like though that you assume higher. I mean, momentum's higher for sure. Solid momentum here. Trend's higher. It's yeah, I'm just trying to think through the tariff stuff. It's all positioning. It seems like people are assuming that it's going to be, at this point, ease. I don't know. This is, it's murky enough that I need to wait for the right setup. If no one were watching, I would probably be taking little scalps constantly here. If I'm being completely honest. And I'd probably be doing fine. I mean, we're just going up, but I'm just trying to use the stream to make myself better, which is just, be more selective, take smarter trades, because, those scalps, they might work out right now, and they might work out, I might get like 2 or 3 in a row, but then if it decides to dump and then I'm caught holding the bag or something, it's just gonna wipe out all those profits anyway. So that's the type of trading I'm trying to avoid here. And I'm trying to just be selective and make good decisions. It's tough though when you see the market just go up and up, and when you get stopped out and then it immediately turns around. Damn, that was terrible. What was that? I was in like 46 or something like that, 47, 45 in ES, and my stop was 40. It went down to 38.75 and then immediately turned around. My stop in Q was 30. Jesus. And it went to like 25 and then immediately turned. I think I was in like 59 or something like that, or 49, somewhere around there, somewhere like 50 to 40, somewhere in here. Yeah, that's annoying. I gave back my gains on the day. I'm break even now, minus $1, plus $1 per account. And I probably could have been done. That's what's so frustrating. I could have definitely been done on both of those trades. Yes, I probably would have targeted point of control, so I probably would have gotten out like 53 or whatever. That's like, not that big a deal. Like 30 points or $30 maybe. In Q, probably would have got out by 90 for sure. So like maybe 30 or 40 points at most. I probably would have actually taken another $100. Yeah, I'd be up like 200 maybe, which that's kind of my general goal on the day. But I'm gonna use this as a lesson and be patient. See what the market gives us. It might give us something. as terrible as it feels right now for me, I think, yeah, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. I think good trading feels bad. You got to accept the discomfort. That's what we get paid for. Get paid to be uncomfortable and do things our mind and body doesn't want us to do. I don't want to wait here. So probably what I'm supposed to do. All right, so in Q, I have this as a level that we just touched into, 19.5, 30-ish. It's the low volume area from Friday that separates the main value area from the next level, from the next value area. So if I might could think through a trade here. If this continues, I'm gonna think. Okay, this is the exercise. Okay, this is the right exercise to do. Instead of looking for the move here, another thing we could do is just mark up spots on the chart where we would be interested in a pullback to get long. So in ES, right around here, 56, 53, a good spot. It's where we broke out of the previous high for the day. So anywhere between yesterday's point of control and here, somewhere in this area could be good. Just go and make it that big. Well, let's see, NQ. Just put it right there. We'll see what the market gives us. And if it doesn't give us anything, I'm not gonna do anything. We get a trend day today. Wouldn't see that coming, I don't think. Do I resist? Okay, so 50, let's see, no, it's not 50. 21 period moving average for me in ES is at 704, so about 30 points higher. In Q, this is on the daily. In Q, it's at 19.9, oh, no, that's not right. In Q, it's at right at like 19,900. We're not getting there today, but well, yeah. I don't know. I wish I knew. I haven't really seen, like, Trump's not saying anything, but it seems like the market's calling the bluff right now. Or I'm missing the rhetoric from these other countries. I mean, like, maybe is Carney talking right now? I know he was gonna talk. Oh, he is. Okay, he is talking. Okay, he's saying we'll put in place retaliatory measures against U.S. if there are any additional measures put against Canada on Wednesday. All right, I'm in here. Probably a terrible location. Could have done it a long time ago, but I'm in here for the trend day. Maybe. We'll see. Sounds like a good idea, Brian. Brian, were you getting short then? Ah, gotcha. All right, man. Avoid the shorting. Go with the trends. Trends your friend. All the other platitudes. Yeah, take it easy. Step away. The market will be here again. See you later, man. All right, I just took profit on those. I gotta figure out a different way to do these charts, but then just little scalps. Me back up on the day. Does feel like ES wants to go all the way to that 21 period moving average, which is like I said, like 704 or so. It just feels like it's trend day. Probably a lot of people trying to fight this. Just feeding the fuel for the fire. In Q, I mean, I was really looking for that 600 level. No, I did touch it. Huh, touched it. The next level on NQ for me though is well, that 600 level was key. That was a high volume node from Friday. The top of that area, let's see if I can pull this. Let's try it this way. Okay, so the top of that area, let's see that, maybe resistance there. Top of here, 650. 650 is a key level for sure. Maybe a little bit lower. For VWAP ended that day around 640 for me. Well, here's a pullback. See what it's worth. I got out of there just in time. See, those are the scalps that I was saying that I wanted to avoid. I got lucky with that one. Got lucky with that one. But the trend was my friend. So trend helped me make money there. If this is a trend day, we're gonna see a lot of whips like that, where it just whips you out, sucks some shorts in, and stops out some longs, and then it goes higher. Very similar to what we saw yesterday. I'm just checking where my range high is. It's way up there. Potential range, potential high, 748. There's no way. We're not getting anywhere close to that. Neither, not with NQ either. All right, just took a couple of more scalps there. Just for a few more dollars. Just accumulating back. So up about 57 bucks per account right now. This just feels like it's just trend day all day. The smart moves are like just buy pullbacks. Maybe don't buy the highs repeatedly, but buy pullbacks and target like right around the high. Just repeatedly. That can work. Getting a little long in the tooth here, but a lot of times on a trend day, it'll look like that the entire time and just keep going higher. squeezing. Is anyone else here in this stream? Andrew, Warren, talk to me. All right. Here's a pullback. Definitely not shorting. But I will be interested in... I'll be interested when I see the come down, see stochastics really turn over and start to turn back up. I will be interested in the long. Where would I be interested in a short? Below VWAP. We start looking bearish below VWAP. But up here, gotta stick with the longs. Gotta stick with the longs. I mean, don't fight it. Still nothing for me to do yet. Now we're seeing momentum really turn over, but we are still in the uptrend, still near highs, so I'm not looking to short here. Looking for a pullback. Got some nice wicks here on the 5 minute, but it's still early. Still kind of lower highs at this point. So, and stochastic still pointing down, momentum just turned down. So we're gonna keep waiting, but we're stalking here for sure. All right, this is looking a lot more interesting here. Let's see. We close. I'm gonna wait till we close on this bar, and I might enter here with a stop below this recent low. Kind of fighting the stochastics maybe. But we are, overall trend is higher. This is a gut call. Got on in Q for 10 points. All right, so just a quick little scalp there. What I saw was all these candles on the 5 minute forming. All these wicks kind of popped above there. The 5 minute, the bar closed pretty bullish. That just like a kind of just looking at the price, just a look that looks like it was ready to turn back. We had these levels here. I mean, pretty much anything in this pullback is going to be support. It just has to have that look, and it had the look. So I just took it off there quickly, and here we're coming back in. So I don't know what we do right now. I mean, maybe it chops, but it was worth just the scalp. It was one of those, yeah, like I said, like a gut trade. I don't know how else to describe it besides what visually you could kind of see it. We know we're trending higher. We know that, it's just a very bullish environment. I had the pullback, so it was worth just a quick take right there. All right, we're heading into lunchtime. Seems like it's chop time. That was a try on the ES to break higher. Just peaked above on NQ, and then immediately turned around. Granted, this is just one candle, but to me, it's indicative of the time of the day, and probably that this run is overextended, especially given the fact that there's some pretty major market moving news coming soon. I just figuring out what's going to happen with all this tariff stuff. So I've got a decision to make. Do I stop now? I'm up about, let's say right at $90 per account. It's not usually where I want to stop on the day, but given the environment, maybe I decide to take it easy from here. It seems like, I don't know. I don't know how good the looks are going to be the rest of the day besides like some scalps. At this point, it feels like it's all going to be scalps. It's the only way we're really going to make any money here. I feel like we're just going to chop. The moves, the opportunities were earlier. The move down, we took that one. The initial move down. Let's see what I want to say I got in right here on ES. Initial move down. Initially, I said like this was the area, the figure 5,600. I think I ended up getting out like at 11 or 12. In Q, I think I got in like 330 or so, 35 maybe, right around here, right at the break of this candle. I said that this value area high was the target. I think I ended up getting out like just above 19,300. So I left some on the table on both of those after having said that, I had a lower target. That's fine, whatever. Not gonna be perfect. And then, we reversed from there. Definitely found some support in both of those areas. I was late to get on the long bandwagon. I wasn't convinced that we were going to really turn like this. Stochastics did look good in here once it turned over. I guess if I was going to be mechanical, I could have gotten in at the close of these candles. And that would have been an easy trade. Literally, there's no way you could lose money if you did that. I waited to about right here. I got in like 45, 46 or so. I think on ES, my stop was right at 40. On NQ, I got in, I think it was like 59 or so, 459, somewhere right around here. Got long, and my stop was 30. Man, and it literally just dipped on both of these markets. Both these markets took me out and then completely reversed. So that at that point like took away my gains on the day. That was dumb. I don't know. I don't know how else I don't know how else I really could have played that besides just waiting for that dip. But I didn't think that was going to happen. I thought I was timing it well. It looked like we were kind of like building up right here for that break higher. I was right, just terrible, unfortunate timing and terrible placement of stop. I don't know if that's something that actually could have been predicted a little bit better in real time or not. But so that took away that got me back to break even on the day. I was up like $90, $95. From there, look at it. It just was a rip. That would have been a nice one to catch. It was an unfortunate stop out right there. But I took pull up these charts. I took a couple of scalps later, long, here to here, here to here. Not really great entries. They're kind of FOMO trades, to be honest. But I got out of them, decently. This last one was a decent look. I was waiting for a pullback. We got pullback, put in all these wicks here. We popped a little bit higher, and I just took it for a quick scalp. So I'm up currently about $90 per account. Only trading 6 of my accounts right now, because I'm waiting for Apex to approve a payout request on the other 6. I'm just not willing to risk, not show my account numbers. I don't know if it actually matters, but not trying to risk, a payout that I've already earned and requested. So just trading the 6 accounts today. I had passed 2 more evals yesterday. So we've got a total of 12 accounts. Gonna keep trying to accumulate accounts slowly like this. And just try to take good patient trades, try to take base hits on the days, and just keep building slowly and see what we can do. It'll add up quick. It does add up quickly. But I think we're gonna get some chop the rest of the day. So I think I'm gonna just end the stream. It's the only possible trades that I'm gonna take are gonna be scalps. I don't know. I don't know if they're worth even like showing on the stream. I don't know if I'm actually even gonna stick around to take those. Better judgment probably says just go away for now, because I could easily get chopped up. And what's my upside really from here? I don't know, probably limited. So going in the stream, another positive day. So just at least happy with that. And some days there are more opportunities, some days there are less, some days there are opportunities and you just can't quite figure out how to take advantage of them. I'd say that was kind of today, just with the little unfortunate stop outs right there. That was my real opportunity to get to a place where I wanted to be on the day. Let's see, that was 4. Yeah, we went like 40 more points from where my entry was in ES. Where was that? Right around here, 450. Yeah, like 150-ish more points on NQ. So thought that was unfortunate, but ended up today still positive. So put it in the stream and come back tomorrow. All right. Thanks for joining in.